right now, the NFL offseason is at its deadest point. We are on April 3rd, and like I said, nothing is going on right now in the NFL. No major trades are happening, no major signings, even though there's still a lot of free agents out there. And the last few days have been absolutely dog dead. And yeah, I got a video for you guys. Today's video is going to be about 3 teams that had a really good offseason and 3 teams that had a really bad offseason as of right now. Like I said, April 3rd, it's on a Sunday. Of course, anything can happen. Anything can happen after this. Like we got before the draft. There's still a lot of free agents out there still waiting to be signed. So this is just for now, man. Just for now. But if you are brand new, hit that subscribe button because actually it takes 1 second to do it. Not 2 seconds. It takes 1 second. And plus, if you like the NFL content, I make NFL content because I got a whole bunch of videos. And yeah, just hit that subscribe button. It takes 1 second. But yeah, man, let's get into it. And before I get into it, I just want to say this is all my opinion. Of course, there's a lot of teams that had a really good offseason so far. There's a lot of teams that have had a bad offseason, but these are my top 3 for obviously, bad and good. But like I said, it's my opinion, so yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Starting off with the bad side, we got my Green Bay Packers, unfortunately. I gotta admit, man, this has been a bad offseason so far. With all the Aaron Rodgers drama, we lost a couple not offensive coordinators, but we lost a couple of coordinators. We lost a lot of pieces total, like Devontae Adams, Cesarius Smith, Billy Turner, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We lost a whole bunch of freaking people, man. Like a whole bunch of people. A couple of cornerbacks. It was ridiculous, man. And like I said, we lost our offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, which he went to the Broncos. And only piece we got back, or not we got back, but we signed is Jerron Reed. And we got a new special teams coordinator. That's really about it. But like I said, still early. So still a lot of time left to get free agents out there. Still time to make trades. We still got the draft. So yeah, Packers are definitely one team in the no bueno side. In the NFC North, we got the Chicago Bears being a team that's had a bad offseason so far. And you look at who they lost this year. I mean, they actually lost a lot of people too. A lot of like lower players, like the people that are were deaf people. But they lost Allen Robinson, of course, Khalil Mack. They lost a couple of offensive linemen. A couple of starters. Of course, you lost Andy Dalton, but they only got Justin Jones, a new head coach, and Matt Eberflus, or however you pronounce his name. But that's just about it, man. The Bears lost a lot of people, and like I said, there's a lot of lower people, like not major names, but we're gonna see how they look. But Bears definitely had a bad offseason so far, just like the Packers. And last but not least, we got the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, we all know about the Amari Cooper trade, who they basically traded for a bag of chips to the Browns. Alright, so they lost Amari Cooper. They lost Randy Gregory in the free agency, which he almost signed with the Cowboys until he looked at the contract, like full detail, and he dipped out of there real quick. They lost Cedric Wilson, and they lost 2 offensive linemen, Connor Williams and Lael Collins. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but man, dude, they lost a lot of key players. But hey, I mean, at least they got James Washington. They got Dante Fowler Jr. And of course, they still got Mike McCarthy. So yeah, they're going to be great this offseason. Well, great this upcoming season. That's a little sarcasm, by the way. But yeah, the Cowboys definitely the 3rd team in my list that have had a bad offseason. Like I said, it's still early. They can still make a lot of moves. But as of right now, the Packers, the Bears, and the Cowboys have had a very bad offseason. Now, transitioning over to the good side, because you always want to end the video in a positive note, the first team we're going to be talking about today is the Miami Dolphins. Of course, you already know we got to put them on the list because of the moves they made this offseason. We all know Tyreek Hill got traded from the Chiefs over to the Dolphins in a massive trade. But the Dolphins also picked up Teron Armstead, the tackle from the Saints, They also got a new coach from the 49ers. I can't remember his name at the top of my head, but they got a new coach now, which is good. They got Chase Edmonds, Cedric Wilson, Raheem Mostert, and of course they got Teddy Bridgewater just in case anything does happen to Tua. But dude, that's just a few pieces they named. I mean, they got a lot of people this offseason. And Dolphins, you definitely got to watch out. And I know they just traded Devontae Parker, but I mean, he was like their fourth wide receiver anyway because they didn't really need him, honestly. But besides Devontae Parker, the only person they really lost was Jacoby Brissett, and of course he's on the Browns now. But Miami Dolphins, a massive W this offseason for them. The second team, you probably already know as well, the Denver Broncos definitely won this offseason so far. We all know, I just like the Tyreek Hill trade from the Dolphins, or from the Chiefs to the Dolphins. Russell Wilson, a quarterback from the Seattle Seahawks, got traded over to Denver in a massive deal with a whole bunch of picks. And now Denver did lose Noah Fant, which is probably the best part of that trade. And they lost Drew Lock and a defensive tackle, which, they weren't really anybody anyways. But they also picked up a new coach from the Packers, Nathaniel Hackett, which Denver Bronco fans, you're going to absolutely love him. He is definitely an offensive-minded coach. Yeah, dude. That's all you needed was an offensive team because, your defense was good last year, not your offense. They also picked up Randy Gregory and DJ Jones just to make that defense even better. I don't care they only got a few pieces, but it's a huge addition in each, the quarterback, Randy Gregory to the O-line, not the O-line, the D-line, and DJ Jones just to plug in that hole, dude. This Denver team is going to be absolutely scary next year. And last but not least, you got the Las Vegas Raiders as my third team, and of course staying in the AFC West, which is going to be an absolute crazy show this year. You already know Devontae Adams got traded from the Green Bay Packers to the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders definitely won that deal. And you already know Devontae Adams is automatically going to be their number one wide receiver. You also got Chandler Jones. You also got a new coach in Josh McDaniels, which we're going to see how that works because he was offensive coordinator for the Patriots for a very long time. So we're going to see how that works. And they also picked up Balil Nicholas, which is a defensive end. A good little piece. But they also signed a lot of, smaller signings. I mean, when I was looking at the list earlier, they had like 10 to 15 players signed for like a one-year contract from different teams last year. So there was way too much to really name. But the only pieces they lost was Zay Jones, of which Devontae Adams basically replaced him. They lost Marcus Mariota, in which, he was a backup quarterback anyway. But they did lose Casey Hayward, so right now their cornerback is a little bit weak, but, they still got plenty of time to, figure that out. But the Raiders definitely won this offseason so far, or at least top 3 so far. But that wraps up this video. If you like it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and if you have not already, because it takes only 1 second to do it. And yeah, I'm out of here. Deuces.